Okay, I will be passing out a handout of the instructions that I'm going to go over with you for today's lesson. Just take one, pass it down. Okay, today we're going to perform a lesson or a project over Black History Month. Okay, Introduction to Black History Month, or National African American History Month, is an annual celebration of the achievements by Black Americans and a time for recognizing the central role of African Americans in United States history. Since 1976, every United States president has officially designated the month of February as Black History Month. Other countries around the world, including Canada and the United Kingdom, also devote a month to celebrating Black History Month. Now, today we are going to do the same thing. The point of this project is for us to recognize a significant or influential member for Black History Month. Now, what are you going to do? Okay, you will choose an influential African American who has impacted American society and culture. What does it mean to be influential? What do y'all think I mean?
To give ideas.
To what?
Inspire.
Inspire? What'd you say?
Give ideas.
To give ideas, okay. And really, influential would be somebody that impacted or inspired, that changed something, that created something, okay, that started a movement. Someone who has started a movement, cured a disease, invented something, are a few examples that I've provided for you on your handout. Examples of influential people. In particular for Black History Month, I've given you Martin Luther King Jr., Muhammad Ali, Ben Carson, Barack Obama, Jackie Robinson, and Oprah Winfrey. These are just a few. This is just to name a few. Pick someone for this project who inspires you. And it's going to take you a minute to do that. When you're researching, you're going to see a bunch of different African American, influential African Americans to choose from. So pick someone that really stands out that you feel inspired to talk about. You will then, once you've chosen your influential person, you will write a short, no more than a paragraph, biography describing a brief background to your person. Okay. Next, you will find 10 interesting facts about your person. And before I move on, at any point, is everybody on the same page? Do I have any questions? Yes,
More than 10?
Huh?
Would you like more than 10?
Yes, you may have more than 10 facts. Now let's get into the facts itself. But yes, you may have more than 10. 10 is just what I want. You can have 15, you can have 30. It's up to you. But 10 is what I want. That's the minimum for me. Now let's define interesting. What is interesting? What do you think I mean by interesting? It's kind of a vague term. Unique. Something that catches your eye. Anybody else? Okay, well I think that pretty much sums it up. So, and also, something that can be interesting is interesting to you, may not necessarily be interesting to someone else. But I think we can get a general idea of something that's interesting by looking at these. This will be for you to decide, but 10 things that can be classified as unique. Examples. Did something spectacular as a child. I mean, typically, if they did something on an adult level as a child, like they invented something or they created something at a young age, that would be interesting. Was the first to accomplish something, like the first man on the moon. That's pretty unique. There was only one first, so that would definitely be classified as interesting. Had 12 brothers or sisters, scored 100 points in a game. I mean, so there's no limit to what could be considered interesting. Do I have any questions over what we're going to try to deem as interesting? Okay, we're all good? Now, here's what you're going to do. Once you've picked your character, or you've picked your person, you wrote a short biography over this person, and you found 10 interesting facts. Now, what are you going to do with that information? You're going to construct a Google slide or doc or poster board over your influential person. You will include pictures with your interesting facts. And if you choose a poster board, if you do this, you will have to supply your own board. I have all the other supplies, and I can get you some chart paper if you need that as well. But you will have the exact same deadline as everybody else. And you're probably not going to get to start putting your board together today. But you can get all your research done and put your board together tomorrow. Here are the rules. Do you have any questions over how we're going to present or how we're going to publish the work? Slide, doc, any other? Okay. Here are the rules. Keep it school appropriate. Refer to me or the handbook if you have a question about this. This will be an individual assignment. You shouldn't have to talk to your neighbor. But you do, if you do, it needs to be an inside voice or a whisper. Okay, it doesn't need to get loud. There is no length requirement on this assignment. I want quality over quantity. And remember to cite your sources. I expect for you to have some form of works cited page. If you're doing a doc or if you're doing a slide, you need to have a separate part works cited. If you're doing a poster board, just put it on the back, okay? Or you can print it off and give it to me with your poster board. This will be due Wednesday, March 1st, okay? When we get back from ACT testing and stuff, this is when this will be due. And then our rubric here. So if you have any question of what I'm looking for, what I'm going to be grading on. Content, the background information, your biography, your 10 facts will be worth 15 points. Creativity, 5 points. Participation, 5 points. And effort, 5 points. You're going to get what you put into this assignment, okay? Do I have any questions? Any questions before we move on? All right, if I have no further questions, you may begin working. Remember to raise your hand if you need me for help.
Hey, would like Jimi Hendrix count as being like inspirational?
Yes, that's Jimi Hendrix would be a great person. Yeah, guys, don't limit yourself on this. It can be just because someone's not a politician or a scientist doesn't mean that they can't. It can be a sports figure or an artist of any kind.
Like you want.